Number 21 in motion, takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. He will get through a hole, and on the first play of the game, we may see a touchdown, and he is gone. Touchdown, Mars Hill. That is number 3, Jay Dobbs, for the touchdown. And Mars Hill jumps on the board on the very first play of the game. And your score now, Mars Hill 6, Brooks 0. "17 seconds into the game, we saw our first touchdown of the game. As previously mentioned, Mars Hill did score. Like they will punt. Looks like Burrow is their punter as well their quarterback. Deep punt. Nobody there to be there for Mars Hill, and they excellent punt and execution, downs it inside the 2-yard line. So that will be marked at about the 1.5-yard line, and that is where Mars Hill will take over for their second drive of the game. And with that, we will take a trips to your right. 24 running out to his right. Burrow scrambles. He will throw, and that will be picked off by number 2, William Owens. And he gets a key block, and he may take this one all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Mars Hill. And so just like that, the Panthers are up 13-0 after a pick 6 returned for a touchdown by number 2, William Owens. So with 7:46 remaining, your score now, Mars Hill 13, Brooks 0, pending the extra point. So they will not kick the field goal, so they are going to line up and go for it. Hudson rolls out to his left. He will throw, and that ball will be almost picked off. But it is knocked away, and that will force a turnover on down. We were at Deshler High School last week. Deshler looked like they struggled a little bit, but had to replace a lot of production against a very good Madison Academy team. Meanwhile, Russell got the win against Grissom. A little trick play there, triple handoff, and Seth Wallen breaks the tackle. He will stiff arm, and he will be brought down at about the 44-yard line. So a little trick. Number 4, Noah Gregg, runs to his left, and he'll hand it off to number 24, Walton, for a touchdown as he dives and across the pylon, and he will get there, and that will now cut the lead, the Mars Hill lead, to 14-6. So Brooks answers on a very solid drive led by quarterback Garrett Burrow and Seth Walton. So Brooks answers and now makes it a one-possession ball game. Your score now 14-6, pending the extra point. Nothing, and a pick 6 to get up 14-0. They failed to convert in a goal line situation, and that allowed Brooks to take over, and a big carry by Dobbs, and he will get a good chunk right there. He will be brought down at the 26-yard line. So Jay Dobbs on the carry will now allow Mars Hill to be in Brooks territory. At the Brooks 26-yard line they will be as they huddle up. Play clock starting now at about 20 seconds. They break the huddle. Hanson will be under center. Dobbs in the backfield. Now Owens is now in the backfield, and Owens will take the handoff, and he will score a touchdown. And so touchdown Panthers, and now just like that, a quick response by the Mars Hill Panthers. So your score now 20-7. A quick response there by the Panthers. After Brooks drove down the field and scored, Mars Hill puts on a 3-play drive of their own. And they're now up 20-7, pending the extra point. And the extra point by Kennemer is up and good. So your score now, Mars Hill 21, Brooks 7. With about 8:08 remaining in the first half, we will take a quick break. Lynn up against Marion County, 14-6 in the second quarter. As Walton will take the handoff, and he will stop, and he will break a couple of tackles. He will lower his shoulder, and he will get near the first down. I believe he did get across the first down. And we got a flag on the play. Looked like there was some extracurricular activities. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Brooks. Smaller than they wish. Probably need to expand, but we'll see if they will do that in the coming years. Burrow takes the snap, and he will throw it for a completion, get some things going on the previous drive, and now this drive. Burrow, read option play. He keeps breaking tackles. He gets the first down, lowers his shoulder, and he will be brought down at the 41-yard line. Excellent decision there by Burrow to keep the ball. And so now Brooks once again driving the ball down the field with 6:43 remaining here in the first half. Brooks does, if I may remind you, Brooks does get the ball in the second half. And Burrow will roll to his left. He will throw to number 5 for a completion, and he will be wrapped up for no gain. Sailor Pennegar on the completion. Caden Chandler there for Mars Hill makes the tackle. Second quarter, Boaz leads Albertville 7-0. And Burrow lined up in the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff to Walton. Burrow will keep the ball, and he will get down to about the 33-yard line. So, official timeout now. Looks like Brooks is starting to drive the ball down the field, utilizing a little bit of the read option. They did have success on the ground last week against Colbert County, and if y'all were here for that, one of the keys to the game for Mars Hill was could they stop the run. And so far, the last 2 drives looking like they're a little unsettled and trying to 3rd and 2, it appears, at the Mars Hill 33-yard line. Big third down, number 5 running to the right. He will hand it off to Walton. Walton trying to get the first down, runs to the right. He breaks the tackle, and he will be gone. And I don't believe there is any flag, so touchdown Brooks. Seth Walton takes the ball and runs for a 33-yard touchdown to make it a 21-13 ball game. With 5:27 remaining in the first half, Brooks on back-to-back drives the ball down the field through the heart of the Mars Hill defense and cuts the lead once again to a one possession. As he gets to the sideline, we pray for the best for him, and Mars Hill will take over at the 41-yard line. Hanson lined up in shotgun. Mars Hill has not been lined up like that in a while. The little pitch to Higgins will fumble on the ball, or fumble on the play, and Brooks recovers. My, oh my. Brooks gets a huge forced turnover, and Brooks will take the over at the 43-yard line, and just like that, we have a ball game, folks. You know, we came here for a reason. This is the game of the week for a reason. Brooks will take over at the Mars Hill 43-yard line, and that is where they will start on this drive. I believe it is drive number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live from Florence, Alabama here at Mars Hill Stadium. Big turn of events as Brooks takes over in Mars Hill territory after a huge forced fumble. Higgins fumbled the ball, and Brooks jumped on it. Burrow will roll to his right, and he will be wrapped up for a sack. A huge sack by 22. Cam Isbell on the sack will now put Brooks behind the chains, and that will bring up 2nd and 15, I believe. So they will now be spotted at the 48-yard line. So a huge sack there by the Mars Hill defense. Noah Gregg, the man in motion. He'll pitch it to Gregg, and he will get nothing on that. And then Hanson on the tackle. He can do it through the air as quarterback, and he can do it on defense as well as the strong safety. One thing I've noticed tonight, the speed on Mars Hill defense is elite, especially for a team out of Class 3A. Defense is tuning in. If you're interested in any donations or sponsorships, feel free to contact us. You will find our contact information on Facebook in our bio. Hanson will hand the ball off to Dobbs, and Dobbs, another big carry and perhaps a touchdown, and he will be gone. Touchdown, Mars Hill. And just like that, a 71-yard touchdown carry by Dobbs. Dobbs has had 2 huge touchdown runs, and that will now make the game 2 possessions once again. Mars Hill now leads 27-14 with 3:32 remaining here in the first half. Both Dobbs and Owens seeing a lot of action in the backfield for the Panthers here tonight. As Brooks will line up to punt the ball, so they will punt it 4th and 2. And there's a fake, and they get nowhere. And so Mars Hill will take over at the 21-yard line. All spotted at the 20-yard line. Higgins, the man in motion, fakes the pitch. Hudson will get to the left edge, and he will score. Touchdown, Mars Hill. Griffin Hanson on the carry will take it in for a touchdown, and that will now make the score Mars Hill 34, Brooks 14 with 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Looks like Brooks, Noah Gregg lined up to return it, and the ball will bounce to number 5. And he gets a hole, and he will lower his shoulder, and he will get there to about the 43. So a good return by Brooks. Sailor Pennegar on the return. We got a flag on the play. A very sloppy game by both teams. A lot of mental errors, false starts, and a couple unsportsmanlike conducts. And this will be on Mars Hill. So this will add on to the Brooks return. So Brooks will get even better field position to start off with a little under a minute to go here in the first half. So a huge penalty will move the ball at about the 41-yard line. Brooks, the student section, giving it back a little bit. Seth Walton in the backfield. Burrow lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He'll roll to his left. He will try to avoid the sack, and he does not. He is wrapped up at the 50-yard line. A huge sack by Mars Hill defense. It just seems like sometimes when Brooks is getting a little momentum going, that Mars Hill defense puts on a little pressure, and they get a couple of sacks, or they have in big moments here tonight. Trips to the left side of the field. Walton in motion to the left. And a throw to number 4. Greg, he's got his man complete. A huge play there by the Brooks Lions for a first down. They will rush to the line of scrimmage trying to either clock the ball. It looks like they're gonna try to run a play right away. Clock stops for a first zone. Number 12 will switch from the right side to the left. Burrow will roll to his right. He will try to avoid the sack, and he breaks the sack. He breaks a tackle. He takes off, and he is tripped up, and he will be brought down at the 10-yard line. I thought he had it. Just seemed to lose his footing a little bit, and he is brought down at the 10-yard line. And he is getting up a little gingerly. Oh, boy, wow. I thought he about pulled a Johnny Manziel out of his hat. Higgins will go from the left to the right, and he will Dobbs will get the carry, and he keeps juking defenders out, faking them out, and he will be forced out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Once again, apologies for saying the wrong names. Caden Chandler on the carry. Excuse me, Jay Dobbs is number 3. Chandler is number 4 for the Mars Hill. Owens, your receiver on the left side. Higgins will go from his right to the left, and he will pitch it up to Dobbs, and he will get nowhere. He will be stopped in the backfield by Brooks, and once again, Mars Hill fails to capitalize in the red zone, and so another turnover on downs by the Mars Hill Panthers. Brooks defense comes up huge twice tonight in the red zone. This game could be 49-17, but thanks to the heroics of Brooks, it is now still 35-17 is where your score stands with 6:36 remaining. We'll keep it right here in the third quarter. So a big stop by the Brooks defense. So Burrow will take the snap. He will drop back. He will throw, fire across the middle to Noah Gregg, and Noah Gregg trips up and he falls down at about the 10, your 14, your receivers on the left side. Can't necessarily see on the right side. And Burrow will look to throw. He breaks a sack. He will run, and he will throw it to number 10. Greg had a cramp a couple plays ago, so good to see him back on the field. Number 12 going from his left to his right. A little trick play there by Brooks. Number 4, Greg trying to get on the outside. I don't think he will. He'll be tossed for a loss, and he will be marked at the 44-yard line. So excellent job by Mars Hill reading that play, and they were all over that. Wrapping up Noah Gregg real quick. Number 22 ranked Mercer Bears in the FCS level. So it'll be interesting to see what they do against Chattanooga. Owens takes the hands off, and he will break a tackle, and he will get the first down, and he will keeps rumbling and tumbling, and we got a flag on the field once again. I believe that will be on Brooks. And William Owens is the running backs in the backfield. Hanson will roll out to his right. He will look, and he will scramble, and he gets a block, and he gets around the edge, but the official will mark him out of bounds at the 20. Says he stepped out of bounds. Mars Hill student section not pleased with that. But regardless, it results in a Mars Hill Panther first down. What will Mars Hill do? Trying to punch it in. They've failed to convert twice in the red zone. That's something that Mars Hill cannot do when they play Russellville. And they score a touchdown. That is Jay Dobbs. He'll take it in from 2 yards out for a Mars Hill touchdown. And that will now bring the score 41-17. And Brooks will take over from the 25. Walton now going from the right to the left side of the field. Burrow will keep the ball. He will break a tackle, shed off another tackle, and that is where he will be brought out of bounds at the 49 minutes and ticking. Down 42-17. Burrow takes the snap. He will hand it off, he will toss it to Walton. Walton on the left side of the field, and he will be gone, and we got a flag in the backfield. We have a flag. So touchdown Lions, but this may be coming back. Number 79. Okay, 79 indicating that it was on Mars Hill, and it was a face mask on Mars Hill, so a touchdown. So Hanson will hand it off to Dobbs. Dobbs will hand it off to Higgins in a athletic play made by Higgins, and they get the first down. That was something I don't know if I've ever seen before. Owens and Dobbs, your backs. And Hanson will roll out. He will throw, and he's got a man wide open, and that will be a touchdown, Mars Hill. So Jackson Tingle, the touchdown reception, and Mars Hill, that should do it, and that will make it 48-24 with 6:52 remaining. So the PA attempt by and so Burrow will take the snap, and he will break a tackle, and he will cut through the middle for a touchdown, and so that will now cut the lead 49-30 is now your score with 24 seconds left remaining, and too little too late, but Brooks finishing strong. They compete to make it out of the first round of the playoffs. Mars Hill, good as ever, probably will win the region and probably will make a deep run in the postseason. And the knee by Hanson, and that will do it. And so now that will increase Mars Hill's advantage in the series to 3-1 in their fourth meeting. So Mars Hill will come out victorious in the fourth meeting between these two teams. And that will do it. The Mars Hill student section ringing the horns. And so both teams will meet at the 50, and that will do it for us here tonight. So Mars Hill is your winner. 49-31 is the final score. I believe both teams areas to improve on need to improve on fixing the mental mistakes. A lot of penalties tonight by both teams, a lot of unsportsmanlike penalties, a lot of extracurricular activity that they need to get fixed. A couple of false start penalties and offsides penalties that was crucial, that hurt Brooks at crucial moments at several points throughout the game. Defensively, Brooks had a hard time stopping the run, but in terms of stopping the pass, they did a pretty good job of that. Brooks had a couple of big completions. Noah Gregg had a pretty good night.